something that they do. So for example,
Yeah.
I don't know if I did meditation, right? And I helped people with a certain style of meditation. Would I
Mhm.
come to you and say, hey, I do this, I have this skill, but I don't know how to offer it to people in a way that will generate revenue?
Yes, that is precisely what happens. Usually, women come to me and they're trained in multiple healing arts modalities too. They're massage therapists, they're certified in Reiki, maybe they're Reiki trainers. And what they're doing is offering sessions at an hourly rate. And
Mhm.
it's one off here and there, but it's nothing that they could plan to pay a mortgage with or to make six figures. And so, my job, as I see it, is to come in and work with them to figure out, okay, who do they really want to support? How do they want to do that? How do we combine all of the healing arts skills to make something unique to them, and then create packages and programs that bring in consistent monthly recurring revenue and then stacking and overlapping that revenue so they can build to 10K months and beyond.
That's wonderful. I love
Thank
that. How long does it usually take for someone to start seeing, like, let's just say $1,000 a month extra in
Oh,
revenue?
that's
That's
a
base.
great question. If it was, so it depends on where they're at in business. If they already have their program nailed, if they've got a sales page, if they feel confident in it, really quick, probably 30 days, 30 to 60 days. If we're just starting at the beginning of, okay, I'm trained in these things, I don't have a following, I don't have an email list. What's an email list? How do I do that? Then there's a bit more skill building that we have to do in order for me to help them get to that next level. But usually my clients start to see more revenue, more engagement, feel more confident showing up online, talking about their programs and offers within a month or two of us working together.
That's really fast.
Thank
So
you.
if I started with you today, and 2
Yeah.
months from now, I could be making an extra $1,000.
Probably more, given how comfortable you are with all of your platforms and showing up and engaging your community, because that's a huge part of it, is creating that intimacy and connection with your potential clients.
That's incredible. You know what, Chris? Chris is one of my girls, so she
Oh,
turned up
yay.
to show some support, and she's actually a very magical, spiritual, healing woman, as
Awesome.
well. And Chris, you are gonna love this. One of my former students is coming on the show, um, in 2 weeks, and she does breath work. She teaches,
Mm.
she hosts a Facebook breathwork sessions too, and I'm gonna have her come
Cool.
on, so that's gonna be a good one too. I've been really into breathwork as well, Chris, so I just want to let you
It's
know that.
awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
life changing, I tell you. Do you know, I
Mhm.
realized that I wasn't breathing? Like, do you know, I was
Oh,
going through most of my life not realizing how little I was actually breathing. You don't think about this because you think, "Oh, I just breathe," right?
it's
But
just a normal thing. Yeah.
yeah, but really, if you think about it, how many times can you catch yourself in a day holding your breath and you're
Yeah.
not breathing? And so I started getting massages regularly, and I went to
Mm.
this massage in Sedona, and the therapist there, I wish I could remember her name. She was incredible. Um, and we were at this resort. What was it called? I can't think of it. But if I can think of it, I'll say it. But we stayed at this resort in Sedona, and she kept telling me to breathe. And I was like, "Aren't I breathing?" And then I thought to myself, "I'm not breathing. I really am not.
Mm.
I'm holding my breath." And I started to become more aware. And I was not aware how much throughout the day, I think it's like a trauma response or something, that
I
like a
think so
nervous
too.
system dysregulation. Yes, see, Chris knows.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh my God, I why am I holding my breath?
Mm.
What's going on?" So it was like a sign for me to do a deep dive. and to figure it out. And then I did some
Mm.
work with Tony Robbins with breath work and stuff. And it was an incredible life-changing thing to where
Mm.
like I'm much more conscious of the way I breathe and how much I breathe and how deeply I breathe and if I'm breathing correctly and all of these
Mm.
things. So it's amazing what the healing arts can do. And so now I am excited because I know that if I wanted to take what I've learned about breath work, I could come
Mhm.
to you and you could teach me how to make a business out of it. And if I could make $1,000 in say 3 months extra, right? I'm still working my 9 to 5. Let's say I have one. I can make $1,000 extra as a side hustle. In a year's time, maybe even less, I could quit my job
Absolutely.
and I could be making
And
$10,000 a month.
and help so many people to learn how to breathe and to feel better in their bodies.
Which is actually the most important thing, really, because we want to help people. We want to, if you're a healer and if you're teaching a healing modality, you want to help people. And I think when we're creating value and we're adding value to people's lives, then I think that's where we can become the most successful
Mm.
financially, because the goal is not really to make the money. It's a energy exchange. So it's
Yes.
a natural happy consequence I guess of you
Yeah.
helping people is making money.
I always talk about it for healers of you get to make a lot of money and help a lot of people. Because I think in a lot of healing arts and even in some of our own mentors, there's this broke healer archetype, this broke healer
Mhm.
trope, as
Mm,
if you want to help people, then you can't be making money. But I just don't buy that. I think it's one more way to keep healers down, especially women, of, well, if you're going to help people, then you can't charge much money. You have to be this humble healer. But
mhm,
you get to make bank and help people.
mhm. You can help more people when you are resourceful and you have resources.
Yes.
And
Oh,
I
all of the things you can do with more money.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, and we need it. Like, look at the state of the world. I mean, if you live in the United States right now, I know that Hot Topics Live is a global show. My guests are from all over, and the people who watch are from all over. But here in the United States, and I'm sure everywhere, it is getting hard out here.
It's a
You know,
mess.
it's getting hard out here. So you can
Yeah.
help people to make more money, make a side income that can eventually take over your 9 to 5 job. Um, and you might be thinking, well, you just said it's hard out here. How am I supposed to pay somebody to teach me how to do this? But when you think about it, if you can make $1,000 in within 3 months, in a year you could be making six figures. You can pay back what you paid. And I like this thing I like Tony Robbins. And one of the things that he says, and actually my mentor says, Brian Rose, he says all of the time that the best investment you can ever make is in yourself.
Absolutely.
So,
There's my goal is that the things I mentor on and teach help my clients for the next 50 years. That's my goal. I
that
want it to
is
nurture
lovely.
every level. Yeah, it's important to me.
That is absolutely lovely. So, I think if you want to know more about Emily's coaching, you have to go to this website right here. So you have to
Thank
take
you.
that. You have to learn more and get more in detail. Don't worry, the podcast is not over. I'm going to ask more questions, but I'm just saying like make a note of her website so that you can go and find out more in depth of how to contact her, how to reach her, how to sign up for her wait list, because for me it's a no-brainer.
Thank you.
For me, it's a no-brainer. And so, um, I have a clear understanding of how you can help people, and I know that you help people scale because that's one of the harder things, I think.
Yes.
It's like you can have a great idea. You can even like find for free